Hello, everybody, and welcome. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is MFL Total Access.
Very babulous.
Willpower.
You have a bunch of nicknames. I was gonna say one that's not.
Let's not say it live on air. Welcome to week
7
of MFL Total Access, folks. Yeah, great week of MFL. I
you want to
love
talk about your fantasy team since you can't
Yes,
stop
so
talking about it.
I'm
before the
3-1 in both my fantasy leagues, just in case you guys were wondering. I told Terry he acted like he didn't care.
Don't
but
you have Monday night to play? How can you be 3-1?
I'm that good, bro.
Yeah, okay. Watch you lose now.
No, I have Cooper Cup playing and I'm winning. Unless Cooper Cup gets me negative 25
Is he
points.
anyone playing?
No. So if Cooper Cup fumbles the ball 13 times today, I'll lose.
Okay.
Cooper Cup. It was a fun week of MFL this week, and I love October weather.
Little tease to be back at Le Bear.
Yeah, I got the email saying we're back at Arthur Terrian. I'm like, are you for real?
You're captain of which team?
Who said I was captain?
How come you got the email?
Guess I'm not special.
Really, captain of any team?
No?
Did you send the email to everybody? I guess you sent it to
No, he
everybody.
didn't. So my captain may have
Oh, you didn't
forwarded
get
me.
the. Oh, okay. You didn't get the email from John yourself. Yeah, okay.
Maybe not.
Okay, there you go. It was
But-
your captain posted in the group chat.
Yes. Terry, how fun is it to play football in October outdoors?
It was really fun. It was like the perfect weather. Like it
Football
wasn't. It was cold if you were coming. It wasn't cold if you're coming to watch, but it was like slightly cold if you're coming to watch. But as soon as you like got up and moved, it wasn't cold at all.
Not at all. It was good to see you at the field. You tricked me.
Yeah, I tricked you. I just wanted to surprise you.
Terry told me he was not going to come, and then after that, all of a sudden, he came.
Yeah.
I said, "There's my boy," and he stayed to
Shout
watch
out
the
to
games.
Small Valley Cat who gave me a ride.
Where does he live?
Like really far in the South Shore.
Like where the
Like close to the border.
My gosh!
Like he's closer to the States than to Le Bear.
Wow! Shoot, respect. That's our Thunder buddies, buddy.
Yeah. So for the contest, I think we'll just do 2 draws at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's a good
Or like one at the
idea.
end of the season, one at the end of the playoffs.
Because not enough people are commenting.
No, because we would have needed to do it right now and we didn't like tally.
Oh
everything
yeah,
up.
no.
Yeah.
We're already behind schedule.
So yeah, we played 1 week at Le Bear and the field's already horrible.
Yeah, what? So there was that. I think it was field 1. There was that one patch.
The fact that it was wet didn't help, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Or you gonna say what, that one patch?
Like the one patch, it was like Andrew could have swam in it. It was so big.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Not bad, yeah.
It was quite big.
Hopefully no one got injured.
No one got injured. Anyway, worst case, it toughens you up. But yeah, so what is we're gonna look to go back there for the playoffs potentially.
Yeah, we're looking maybe to do that.
Okay, nice. Hopefully, fingers crossed for that. I'm glad we didn't use the field in the back. Remember, we used to use the field in the back where the homeless people slept. Like literally.
That's where the little kids play now.
No way. Oh, it's true. They were playing there. Kids, don't talk to those people.
Maybe that wasn't a good thing to say.
Yeah, shoot.
Okay. For any parents watching, they're not actually homeless people.
No.
It was just like a mattress lying
Yeah.
somewhere in the corner with a pile of garbage.
And there was probably like an interview being done there with like really fancy. I think it was, you know what? It was a set for a film. That's what it was.
Yeah.
All right.
Division 1?
Already? No announcements?
What announcements we got?
I'm asking you. You usually have a ton.
No.
All right, let's get into it.
So, are the Iron Wolves in trouble?
A little bit.
Man, all these D1 games and D2 games are so tight.
Yeah.
Anyone could win any game, but like when you lose or you win by 40 points,
Yeah.
that's alarming.
It is very
That's
alarming. It is. And I'm not sure who you guys picked.
I picked 18. I think everyone picked 18.
Fair. But I don't think you guys would have been surprised if we won.
Slightly. Not like the biggest shock ever, but like
Yeah.
slightly, yeah.
It was honestly, to sum up this, I'm not going to sum it up quickly, but if I had to sum it up quickly, A team's defense is for real. Best defense in Division 1.
Best defense division one?
Yes. What, like, if you were to challenge me, who would you say could
Oh no,
challenge?
it just there's
Like,
so
it's-
many good teams. I'm like, it'd be hard to have like one clear cut, you know? Like
I'm not
usually have
saying
like a mix of, you know.
Right. They're not like maybe the best team in Division 1, but they have the best defense in Division 1.
Okay.
Dylan calls the defense a very good defense. They're an aggressive defense. You know, they're going to,
Yeah.
try and get away with what they can get away with. And, Yeah, they just played a heck of a game. Iggy after the game came up to me and was like, it was as if A-Team had like 12 defenders on the field.
Yeah.
He was like, the field looked really small. They were just shooting gaps left and right, batted balls. Iggy threw 4 picks the game. 2 of them ended up being tipped to Dylan Daou, who got an interception. Hensley had a
Tipped
great...
by the defense?
Tipped by the defense.
Okay.
Yeah, tipped by Hensley twice.
Did Dylan get $5 for the tipper?
He didn't. No, he saved in his pocket. But yeah, Hensley had a great game on defense with those tip balls and had, I believe, 3 TDs on offense. He had a crazy game. He was catching everything that came his way. He ended the game with the TD himself. And
Wow.
A-Team had a heck of a game. Mike Roy had a great game. That offense had a good game.
Well, Hensley might have that connection from the back then, right?
Exactly.
Well,
And
we've been talking about it for like 5 minutes. I haven't mentioned Mike Roy's stats.
right, I was exactly talking about the
31
defense.
for 44, 244, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. When one quarterback throws 7 times the amount of touchdowns that the other one throws, you're going to win the game.
Most probably, unless the other quarterback rushes for about 285 yards. But yeah, Mike Ray had a really good game. Smart play calling, fit the ball in tight windows. Really, didn't throw any balls that were even close to being intercepted. And yeah, he was just slicing and dicing through our defense. Even Dylan had a great game as a receiver too, as well as Hensley, like I talked about. But it was a game that was over from the start.
Yeah.
Really, it was 14-6 at half. So
this is a lot more about A-Team's dominance than
100%. 100%. We didn't have a good game, but A-Team went out and grabbed this game, and they didn't look back. They really didn't look back in this game. It's hard to talk about areas where we succeeded. I mean, yeah, it was our worst game of the season for our Iron Wolves. It was an ugly game for us. But it wasn't like we were dropping balls. It was really A-Team's defense that was creating these turnovers, and it wasn't like our defense was missing tackles either. It was Mike Roy finding guys open and them making plays afterwards. It was a complete dominant performance by them, and a big win for them because look at the standings. Yeah. Now we're on the outside looking in, they're on the inside looking out, and still a lot to play for in Division 1 now.
Yeah, for sure. A-Team in good position right now considering they lost their quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's great for them. It's really bad for you guys.
Yeah.
Iggy is a great quarterback, right? We all know that.
Yes.
Very smart quarterback. Mm-hmm. But I think it just goes to show the value of John on this team.
Yeah.
We
just talked about that off air, right?
Yeah. Not to say you guys would have won this game with John, absolutely.
No.
But it just goes the last 2 losses you guys had, up 16 with 5 minutes to go, losing in overtime to Holy Trollers.
Yeah.
Now 36-point difference in this game.
Yeah.
Iggy 13 touchdowns, 10 interceptions in the games he has quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Iggy's also a great receiver, a great defender. There are also other quarterbacks on this roster, right? Who have a lot of MFL quarterback experience. Has it been a discussion yet? You have to tell me if you guys just changed or decided or spoke about it, but has anyone started that discussion?
Maybe very quietly.
Okay, so nothing.
There's nothing been
You want to start it now?
Nope. Keep it in the group chat. But
all right.
Yeah. It was honestly, even if Dan Marino QB'd this game for the Iron Wolves, A-Team would have came out victorious.
No, Iron Wolves have a bye week, I believe, this week.
Yes.
But then they have a huge showdown against the Outlaws.
Yes.
Right?
That's going to be a big
And they're also facing A-Team again and Gros Coq to close out their season.
And do we play Centurions
Yes,
again?
we also play Centurions.
So the thing is, we're lucky in the sense that we beat Centurions and Gros Coq. So for right now, we have those tie breaks.
But you're still playing each team twice, so you got to win again to keep that tiebreak, right?
Exactly.
Which makes it that much harder.
Right. Totally.
So another team that lost and is on the outside looking in right now is Gros Coq. 49-42 showdown.
So I stayed. I wasn't reffing or anything, but I said, "There's no way I'm not seeing this game."
Yeah.
I stayed for this game.
Well, your lifter was also part of that game, so you had kind of no choice. Right?
That's true. Well, you know what? Gabby actually was not going to stay for the game, and then John asked him to.
And what do you do?
And he stayed, and he reffed.
And John left?
And John score kept for the first half, and then he left second half.
And Kevin took over to score keep?
I believe so, yes.
Why didn't John want to ref?
He pretends he's tired and he has stuff to do.
So you actually had no lift then, because Gabby stayed to ref when he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, but
so you had to stay.
No, but the thing was, I was gonna stay regardless, even when I thought Gabby wasn't gonna stay for the last game.
But then you had no choice afterwards.
Yes, but at that point, the point was mute.
Okay.
But it was
see Jonathan Svetna balling out again.
This was a Svetna type game.
9 for 108 and a touchdown.
It's tough to give a game ball to a player other than Steve in this game, but if I'm giving the game ball, I'm giving it to Svetna.
Well, that's odd because Jeff won Player of the Week.
It is. I think it goes to show you whoever's deciding Player of the Week needs a little. Jeff, although you get to giving it to a lot of guys on the Outlaws.
15 catches.
15 catches.
For 70 yards, a touchdown, a 1-point convert, and a 2-point convert.
While the yards per catch may not be all that impressive, he had a massive 2-point conversion catch over a defender that put them up by 9 late in the second half.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a big play in the game, a turning point. Because it was back and forth-ish, and then, surprising Terry, Gold Cup consistently went for 1 point. And that was something that was a little bit surprising to me because, number one, you have a running quarterback in Dom. Number two, we've seen Gold Cup do a 2-quarterback formation before, and it worked. And number three, Outlaws always go for 2. So, do you think Gold Cup are going for 1, banking on them stopping Outlaws going for 2? And they say, okay, we're going to go for 1? Like
I don't know exactly what went through their head, but what I could think of is in a game like this, when a lot of points need to be scored, and let's say you're converting on your 2 points 30 to 40% of the time, which in a normal game is great. Like, let's say you get 30 to 40% on 2 points, you're happy with that. In this game, they need to get points. So if their 1 point is 90% efficient in their mind, they're going to go with their 1 point, and that guarantees them more points at the end of the day.
I get that, but what if Outlaws are converting a 2-point at like over 50% rate, which they were?
Yeah, but you have so many back and forth scores that on the long run, if you're looking at it, like let's say they scored 10 times. Mm-hmm. It's not going to score 10 times. Let's do a round number for you to calculate it easier and faster. Yeah. They scored 10 times. Yeah. Let's say they get 4.
In this game, you wouldn't be surprised to see a team scoring 10 times in this game.
But I think it happened actually the first time they played, right? I think Dom had 10 total.
We were joking with Brady on the sideline. It was 30 seconds before half, and I was like, there's going to be 3 more scores this half.
If they think they could score 9 out of 10 times on 1 point converts, that's 9 points.
Right.
They need to get 5 2-point converts.
Right.
If they think they don't convert at least 50% of the 2-point converts.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they had that discussion or that's what went through their minds.
Right.
But if I'm trying to justify it or think what could have went through their minds, it was maybe that. And they know they need to get as many. Whereas normally, if you get 6 points off a converts in a game, you're satisfied.
You're good. Yeah.
Right? Now you know you need like almost double-digit convert points in a game like this.
Right.
I see they did get a 2-point convert, so I guess in a certain situation...
Yes, they did go for 2 eventually.
Yeah, and they did complete like at least 5 1-point converts.
Yeah.
So it's not that they were poor on converts.
No. It's just that Outlaws were converting converts fairly well.
Yeah, and Steve had 7 total touchdowns, Dom had 6. So even taking out the converts in this game... Steve didn't throw a pick 6, right? He threw a pick, it was not 6, yeah. So you can take out the converts in this game, like... The converts were not the difference, right?
Right. Outlaws still would have won the game.
What you're saying is that Cox could have made it even closer had they gone for 2 more often.
Like, I think so. To me, the rationale there is you're banking on stopping Outlaws conversions more times than them getting it, right? Because if you're going for 1, you're saying, okay, the best chance we have of getting conversion is going for 1, obviously getting the 2. So let's say you go for 1, you get it.
Yeah.
That's 7 points. Outlaws score a touchdown, that's 6. You're up by 1, so you're banking, okay, we're going to stop the convert.
Okay.
So you must trust your conversion defense if you're going for 1, knowing the other team is going to consistently go for 2.
Agree with that, but practically, it kind of, if you look at the first half, like the score, I'm just looking at the scores after score. They went for 1 on their first score. Outlaws went for 2, they got it. Cox were up 13-8.
Yeah.
They still went for 1.
Right.
To only be up 6.
Right.
Normally in that situation, you would need to go for 2.
Yes.
Okay. Fast forward a little bit, the score's 20-20.
Right.
So Outlaws got their 2 point, they got 2 1 points. So the score's 20-20. They're still not behind the 8 ball at this point.
True.
Their strategy is not backfiring. Yeah. They take a lead with 30 seconds left. They get the 1 point, 27-20. Outlaws score, get the 2 point, take a 1 point lead to halftime.
Yeah.
You stop that 2 point, you're leading at half. Like it's a 1 point game at this point regardless.
Right. That's why I mean you're banking on your defense, stopping the
But
conversions.
you're also banking on your, like, even if you weren't banking on your defense, if they're not getting their 2 points, let's say they went for those 2 points and they still got 3 points off of converts in the first half.
Right.
Which is great.
Yeah, still very successful.
And then continuing on, 7. So what made the difference when Outlaws got the ball back? They scored. Who started with the ball?
Second half?
Yeah, in the second.
Outlaws. Steve threw a pick the very first play of the second half.
But then he stopped the goal. Then the defense stepped up?
Yeah, they won 4 and out.
Wow.
I was going to talk about that. That was big. Steve ran, I believe it was triple slants, first play, and I think that, defenses know it's bread and butter, and he was trying to catch defense off guard. Gold Cup were not fooled.
He threw it to it was a slant or?
Threw the fly.
Fly?
Threw the fly, got picked off, and then it was a 4 and out. To Svetna? No, I believe it was wide receiver to the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
it was Francis, I believe.
Well, then he still got the stop.
Yeah.
And then that's when Outlaws took a 2-score lead for the first time, right?
Yes, exactly.
And that's where that 2 point came up big.
Right.
And now you could say Gold Cup were kind of
behind the 8 ball-ish.
They still went for 1.
Yep.
Because you get a touchdown, you go for 1, you stop the convert, it's still a 1 point game.
Yep.
So I'm okay with that. Then Outlaws kept going for 1 to make it a 2 point
game. Yeah.
And that's towards the end of the game. They went for 2. Not that it would have changed anything. So their strategy was fine in my opinion.
Yeah, no, the strategy was not why they lost the game. It was just something that I was thinking about during the game. But I talked about, Svetna balling out in this game. Big catch on, I believe it was a 3rd and 8. He ran a 10-yard in. Ball was a bit behind him. Reeled in with one hand, brought it in while defender was draped all over him.
Yeah.
A lot of big plays made in this game. This would be a cool matchup to see in the playoffs.
We didn't even talk about Smuda, who had 2 touchdowns, and Marvin, who had 3.
Exact. Marvin had not a ton of yards, but still getting the 3 TDs in that game. So
Jack actually had a higher average than Marvin in this game.
Who would have ever knew?
Yeah.
Like I talked about, Terry, there could have been a bunch of game balls distributed, and Golcock had a heck of a game too. Honestly, to come so close with. And they had a chance at the end too. It was
Really?
They were down by 7. They threw. It was a deep in to back of the end zone to Boris, and it ended up falling incomplete on the last play of the game. So who knows if they would have went for 2 for the win or 1 for overtime. But Golcock fought hard, and Outlaws came up victorious.
So Steve did score with time on the clock again, leaving
Yes.
him the chance to win again.
Yep.
Sorry, did you say how far were they from the end zone?
I believe at the 10.
Okay, so
It was, they were not far from it. It wasn't a Hail Mary type thing.
wow. And then they score. They go for 1 to tie it and force overtime.
Who knows?
Wow. Well, when was the 2-score lead erased then? Golcock didn't score on back-to-back
No,
plays?
but they stopped the convert, I believe. I believe Outlaws...
The Outlaws got all their converts in the second half.
They did.
Oh, the last convert.
Yes, exactly.
Did they go for 2 there? Make it 2 possession and game over?
Yes. Outlaws won for 2.
Okay.
To make it 9 points, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Yeah.
Well, Golcock, to have that playoff matchup, they got to make the playoffs, right?
Yep.
Because right now they're on the outside looking in.
So for those who can't see, do you want to read the bottom standings from 4 or 3 to 6?
Well, I'll go in order.
Yeah.
Troller is currently sitting at the top. For those who can't see, you can always just go on the Montreal Flag football site.
There is a website.
Yeah, and go on standings Division 1. You'll see it there. But Trollers are sitting alone at 5-2. Outlaws are second place right behind them at 4-2, just half a game back. Then you got A Team sitting comfortably in the 3rd position right now inside a playoff spot at 3-3.
Okay.
And Centurions are 3-4 in the 4 seed. They have a game in hand over... Oh, sorry, they have played an extra game.
An extra game.
Compared to Iron Wolves and Golcock, who are on the outside looking in.
Both at 2 and 4?
Both at 2 and 4, exactly.
Okay.
So Centurions only half a game inside the playoff spot right now.
Right.
So it could get tricky. It's going to get tricky.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 teams are going to make the playoffs at the end of the day. Who knows? Maybe a Division 2 team's going to win the D1 championship. Who knows?
Maybe 2 will play in the game this Sunday. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? So last game in Division 1, I saw bits and pieces of it. Centurions, Holy Trollers.
Yep.
Surprising to see it was a 2-score game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
From what I saw, Gab Archambault balled out, man. 26 for 34, 280 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Damn.
He had Simon Pierre go 3 catches, 2 of them going for touchdowns, 88 total yards. Yvan Desjardins has been a pioneer for this team.
100%.
2 touchdowns as well. And also Jeff Lee Julien, 2 touchdowns. So trio receivers getting 2 touchdowns apiece. This Holy Trollers team is not looking as dominant as they did at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
On paper, because I didn't really...
I think that's to be expected only because of how competitive Division 1 is.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to go 10-0 or even 9-1.
No, for sure.
So it's not like they're losing to a poor team. There's no poor team in Division 1. A lot of times in football and sports, it comes down to who needs the win more. And you're looking at them, and Centurions needed this win.
Yeah, we never counted them out, right?
No,
they
never.
did have a pretty bad start of the season.
They did.
Especially to their standards, considering how well they usually start the season.
Right.
But, So,
and now with their core roster being there, it obviously makes a huge difference. And, big win for them.
Yeah.
They put up 40 points, but for me, it was defensively, Troller did not seem to have much going in this one.
Could literally make the argument that all 6 teams make the playoffs in D1, and a 5 or 6 seed will win their first matchup, right?
Yeah.
Division 2?
Div 2. D2.
Let's make it short and sweet. Thunder Buddies smoked Red Raiders, 48-26.
Yes.
You played well.
I think it was probably my best game I've ever quarterbacked.
I think it was your best quarterback game ever. 22 for 27, 277, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. It looked really, really easy, and they have a good defense.
They do.
A lot of players in that, not a lot, but a couple of players on that defense also play on that A-team defense, who's really, really strong.
Yes.
Good ball distribution across the board, but Dave really balled out on offense. 5 for 59, 3 touchdowns. Also getting that pick on defense. You also got one yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much else to say about this game.
Very good game for us.
Except there were a lot of drops for the Red Raiders. Like
There were, yes.
Mike Roy's stats aren't Mike Roy-like, but his team didn't really help him. There were a lot of key third and fourth downs where his receivers, it was great ball placement and like very uncharacteristic drops by some of his key players.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
For Red Raiders now, 4 of the 7 make the playoffs. They got a big game coming up next week against Nice TDs, who are also fighting for their playoff lives. So kind of a game I don't want...
Start off undefeated, right? The only
team, yeah, exactly. I was going to finish off by for Thunder Buddies, while we're sitting pretty at number 1, you still don't want to drop games, so still a big win by us. But yeah, speaking of...
I wouldn't say Nice TDs are fighting for their lives, though.
I think with the loss of Dave, they are.
I mean, they're on the inside looking out.
Yes, for now. But since they've lost Dave, they've looked quite lethargic on offense, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't go to that extent, but I would still say that like when you're in third place and you're not like on the outside looking in or borderline playoff team, you're not fighting for your life.
Well, what I meant by fighting is like
the panic button may have been clicked.
Yes, especially because they know Dave isn't. If Dave was coming back and he was on vacation, that's a different story.
Okay.
But right now, Chris has 8 touchdowns to 7 picks, which is, obviously not good, and it's not Chris-like. He hasn't thrown to these guys before, and I don't think they could afford to slip up too many games.
He's thrown to a lot of these guys before. What are you saying?
Well, he hasn't thrown to Marvin before.
Yeah, that's one guy.
Laurent.
Okay, but he's thrown to Thomas, to
Ashton.
Nico, to Brian.
Ashton was a sub. Yeah, I know you're
Ben.
right. I'd say Dave is more used to throwing to these guys, is what I'm trying to say there. This team can't afford to slip up too many more times. Like, they should be able to beat a Jagerbomb team who has the backup quarterback playing.
Oh, 100%. That's a great segue.
Thank you.
That's what you're going to say when you said speaking of?
Yes, before you cut me off.
I didn't cut you off. You paused, took a sip, and I kept going. 100%. Like, this Jagerbomb team should also be good enough to win with their backup quarterback, right? Because
Touché.
Louis Mathieu is a great athlete.
Yeah, he is. I didn't realize how good he was at quarterback.
Yeah, he has a great arm.
First play of the game, 45 bomb to Loic.
Yeah. You would think that Chris Hope has the advantage given his MFL quarterbacking experience, right?
Yes.
But it just goes to show that, like, as a team, how strong Jagerbomb are, right? Like, Louis played a great game. 19 for 35, 197, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He did what he needed to do to win the game, right?
Yeah.
He got good ball distribution, got a lot of guys involved, took a couple of deep shots, and taking deep shots against that Nice Cities team when you have Marvin roaming the backfield.
Right.
Like, he's already set up as a punt returner, And then you got Chris that's playing at safety.
Right.
Like, it's really hard to go deep against this team. Like, I would think you'd try to pick them apart, but they also have so many tall dudes on that team.
Yes, they do. They're
so like
a massive team.
Huge props to Jagerbomb. This is a huge win for them.
It was a big win for them. They're sitting pretty in the standings, and I think it shows how dangerous this team is, Terry. Not only are they sitting now, almost at the top of Division 2, but they're doing this after moving up, right? After moving up from Division 3 and winning a few games without their starting quarterback, Simon Duchesne, was obviously going to make this team better when he comes back at quarterback and when they get Loic 2-point conversion back at receiver. Mm-hmm. So, this team is dangerous and show they can win in a plethora of different ways.
For sure. Big words used there.
Well, big words, big brain.
Another crazy game for the standings was Red Raiders win over Les Tenants.
Huge game.
Crazy to see Les Tenants scored just 14 points.
I was just going to say that. Look at Vincent Dion's stats in this game. It looked like he was throwing with his left hand. 11 of 31, 117 yards, 2 TDs, 1 pick on this game. Not completing that many passes. On the other
Mike threw 3 picks in this game. They still got the dub.
Yeah.
And then Marvel's Spritz Gang. This game might have been closer than we thought, or it's what we should have predicted, right?
Spritz Gang had a heck of a game in this one. Energy was high. They had a chance late in this game, but they needed stops, and unfortunately, defense was not able to provide for them. But JS keeping a clean sheet on the stats: 19 of 24, 204, 4 TDs, no interceptions. This team seemed to be a bit more alive this week. I know they have a lot of energy, but felt like it was energy, Terry, and they believed in their squad. Not just energy like, let's be rough and obnoxious. And they believed in their team. They believed they could have pulled up with the upset. They didn't, but they kept a very good Marbles team in check for the majority of the game. Mm-hmm. And a big win for Marbles because they basically have to win out to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. I believe they're 2-5 now. So
go take a look at the standings.
Yeah.
If you had to pick the 4 teams right now, who would you pick?
I'm going to say, oh my goodness. Thunder Buddies, Jagger Bomb, Red Raiders, and Tenant.
So nice these are going to be out?
Yeah.
Wow.
If I had to make a prediction, yes.
Wow.
They're 4-3 right now. I mean, look, they win last week 19-6 against Spritz Gang. They have Red Raiders coming up, not an easy matchup. They have Thunder Buddies first in division, and they have Spritz Gang. So with Spritz Gang, I wouldn't be shocked if Spritz Gang won that game week 10.
Let's say they go 1-2.
Yeah.
5-5.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the other team? Tenant?
I said Tenant.
So Tenant got Spritz Gang twice. Jagger Bomb, Red Raiders.
And then I said Red Raiders. And this is before looking at the schedule, like to see who plays who. Marvel's, Jagger, and Tenant.
I see it being like a 3 or 4 way tie.
If I asked you the same question, who would you pick?
I'd say the 4 teams that are currently in the playoff spot.
They would stay?
Yeah.
So Tenant would be out,
Yes.
which is surprising.
It's only because of their inconsistencies. Because I know
Yeah.
they have the roster to win this whole division, right? And maybe they know they're not going to be there for the playoffs again this year, so they're going to decide to like not care the last 2 games. Who knows?
Right. Okay. Percentage Marvels make the playoffs.
Percentage who makes the playoffs?
Marvels. 2-5 now. They got
15%.
I was gonna say 12%.
Okay, so at least we're in the same direction.
Go 13.5, then go in the middle. Still possible. At this rate, you can only control what you control, right? They got a bye coming up this week. Like they have the team to win 4. They need to win 4 straight games. They have the team to win 4 straight games.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta wait and see.
I mean, they only have 3 games left, so regardless of the team they have, it's going to be hard to win 4 in a row.
I've been including this week, Terry.
Who?
That just passed.
Oh, okay. You actually meant that?
Yes. I may not be Einstein, but I could sure as I count up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So what comes after 2?
4.
Let's go to Division 3 then.
No, Division 4. Div 3.
Div 3.
Did you see any games?
Yes. Saw your game.
Besides? I'll talk about that one. Any other games?
No. Glimpse of the Panache Double Dippers game, but mostly your game. What's up with Panache? How did they lose by 31 and then beat Leon's Double Dippers by 22?
So
did you see that game or?
I did. There's houses of teams. Double Dippers and Raw Sauce are in the same house. They're eating separate together and lunch and dessert every day. You know what I mean by that?
No.
They have incredibly talented squads that when you watch them play, you kind of just scratch your head after. And it's like, what happened? Double Dippers are, while they're in the same house, they're, I guess I could say, at the top floor because they're still winning games.
That's what I thought. But they only have 1 more win than Raw Sauce. So they're a lot closer than we maybe think.
That's what I mean. Honestly, Terry, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't get your house comparison, but...
what I mean is these are 2 teams
you have to explain it again.
that have stacked rosters that need to be performing better than they are. Simple as that.
I think this is more on... I think you could have put Le Panache in that house too, no? Like in the basement or something?
In the same house as them?
Well, because look, the good thing is this, losing to Chiefs by 31 and then beating Double Dippers by 22. Like, in the same day, which makes no sense, right?
Right.
Like, you should have been more into that game. Or, like, against you guys do whatever you want with them, right? On offense, on defense.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to Felix right now at this point in his career with the team he has? Because they've been around for a while, right?
Yeah.
He's been the quarterback position for a while. He's great on defense also. He's even a good receiver before when he's played receiver. He's a good quarterback. You know, he loves to run.
Yeah.
What advice would you give him?
Very good runner. I would say if there was one thing, maybe trust his arm a little bit more. And I think I've said that on previous shows. From what I see is oftentimes he'll call a play. The play will be there. And, he won't trust his arm because it's a tight window. He'll tuck it and run and pick up 4 or 5 yards. And that's great. But if you see someone's open for like that 10-yard hook, or that 10-yard in, or that fly route, trust him because he does have a good deep ball.
Yeah.
And he does have a ball that can fit in windows. And I think that if he and this team want to take the next step, it's about trusting your arm and fitting it through those tight windows, which he's capable of doing.
Yeah. I got two things to say.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, there were a lot of drops in this game. And I saw him being a little frustrated at certain points. And I needed to like calm down a little bit.
Yeah, against Chiefs, you mean? Or
yeah,
in general?
especially against you. But like also down 30 points, like, yeah, it's easier to get frustrated, right?
For sure.
Like if you're up 30 points and your teammate drops the ball, you're not really going to care as much, right? Unless you're Marvin.
Or Steve.
But, yeah, try to design some plays. Because like he runs a lot, but when you look at his rushing attempts to his passing attempts, you would think it's close. It's a lot more running attempts, but it's because he scrambles a lot.
Yeah, right.
And there's a lot of design scrambles, a lot of plays that he leaves the pocket right away, and that you have the impression he's always running, but he's just always just buying time, and he might end up throwing it at the end of the day.
Right.
But
almost a little like Dom, like the D3 version of Dom.
No, I think Dom stays in the pocket, goes through his reads,
and
once the rusher's
there,
yes, once the rusher's in his face, that's when he buys time.
Okay, got
to
you.
open up. I feel Felix, on the other hand, he rolls out at the snap. Pre-snap, he knows he's gonna roll out. Pre-snap, he's banking on his athleticism to beat the rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think you got to design more plays, get the ball off before the rusher even gets to you.
Mm-hmm.
When you're an athletic quarterback and a scrambler, it bails you out a lot to have that like leeway.
Right.
And more often than not in lower divisions, your guys are going to get open because no one could cover someone for like 15, 20 seconds, right?
Right.
But now that there's more athletes on the defensive side of the ball, it's a lot harder for your guys to get open. And like, me too before, I'm like, I don't care against any rusher I play. I'll just beat him and then throw the ball. But then playing in like Steve's offense, I think they get the ball off like in 1.2 seconds. It's in and out of your hands, right? Yeah. It's simple plays. It's not you're not getting a lot of yards, but it's like high completion rate. Mm-hmm. You're gonna move the ball 3-4 yards every single play, and you're gonna have like an 80% completion percentage.
And then take the shot deep.
And then you're gonna still accumulate 200 yards, right? You don't need to do it on four or five plays. Mm-hmm. So I would just say like have some play designs that it's like shorter routes and try to get the ball off while being in the pocket, and then once you decide to take off or once you decide to roll out, that'll shock the defense even more. And then you could add in your little fake runs and like more deeper routes and stuff like that. Because Les Panaches right now are in a playoff spot, right?
Who would you? Yeah, they are. They're sitting at 2-4 and in the 5th seed. 6 teams make it in Division 3 of 8. I probably would have went with 4.
4 out of 8?
Yeah.
Why?
I guess it has to be 4 or 6, right? Because you can't really have 5. I feel like 6 of 8's a lot, but a 4 of 8's not really enough either. I can see why they
5 would have went perfect, but then it's hard to have a playoff. It's hard to have playoffs with 5 teams, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It would be 4 and 5 to do a play-in.
Honestly, no, I don't mind 6. Now that I think about it, but who do you trust more if this were the final standing setting into the playoffs? Panache or Double Dippers?
To upset a first round game?
Yeah, or to win a championship. Let's think big picture.
Like, I feel Les Panaches could put together a string of a couple of wins to make it to the finals, whereas I feel Double Dippers could knock out the 1 seed, but then probably lose the next game.
Yeah.
Given their consistency, right? I think...
So you're going with Panache if you had to give an answer.
If you're telling me who wins a playoff game, I'd go with Double Dippers. Tell me who could win the championship, I'd go with Les Panaches.
Okay, that's fair.
How about you?
I think I'd go Double Dippers just because that squad top to bottom, but I completely get your reason.
But when have you seen them play 2 straight games where they beat a good team?
That's the thing, they haven't. I'm just trusting my gut. My gut seems to be letting me down sometimes. But you know what I mean, Terry? If you actually look at this squad on paper, Double Dippers.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I saw them in person too.
Not even skill. Just talking about like experience.
Yeah.
Just like football experience.
Yeah.
It should be enough to get by.
Mm-hmm. But sadly, games are played on the field, right?
Oh, that is true. But look, what do we know? Both these teams are sitting in a playoff spot right now. So
and what's fun is that like Arnold's have 2 wins. That's 1 more win than the last place team, and they're in 4th. Yeah. So Invictus G and Brossard are very well still alive right now.
Like this is completely not like Div 1.
If anything, Double Dippers are in like the worst situation because they've played 7 games already, right?
That's true. 2-5. Yeah. No, that's true. And so, okay, so 1 and 2 obviously get the bye in Div 3.
Yeah.
You didn't catch any of Idaho and Invictus?
No. Did you?
No, I did not.
Division 4.
But I did hear that Jason got 3 touchdowns. He got Player of the Week and left at halftime.
He left at halftime.
Halftime. Got 5 catches, 55 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jason Edwards, all while only playing in the first half.
Anything on defense? A tackle.
Well, pretty good for one half.
Very good for one half. All right, so D4?
Let's go. Division 4, I reffed Airborne Muster Tigers.
Yeah, that's probably why you were the only one that chose them to win.
This was a great game, Terry. Very good game. Airborne coming out on top 28-21. Very impressed. And this is a teammate of mine on Master Chiefs, Ryan McSweeney. And I'm not just pumping his tires here because he's a teammate of mine. I was very impressed with how calm, cool, and collective he was in the pocket throughout this entire game. There were plays where his receivers sometimes drop balls. Calm, cool, collective, be that quarterback, it's all good, next play. And he just did not seem to let the rusher bother him in this game. He would have a receiver open, he would throw it, he wouldn't second guess himself, he would run when he had to run. He got 2 interceptions on defense.
Tyler did sack him twice, though.
It did, yes. Tyler did get to him, but I feel like as good as Tyler is as a rusher, you would expect him to have more of an impact in this game because of how good he is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not on Tyler, it's more on Ryan and how controlled and calm he was in the pocket in this game.
I see what you mean.
And yeah, this was the Airborne team I was expecting from the beginning of the season once Ryan took over. Happy they got the dub because they definitely did not deserve to go winless.
That was their first one, right?
That was their first one of the season. They're 1-6 right now. And this was a very good game to ref, and you did catch some of it.
Yeah, I saw that costly interception in the red zone.
Yes.
That was right before Airborne March take the lead because it was tied at that point, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
Or no, they were down.
I believe Airborne was winning at the time. Because Brian Muster threw 2 picks, both of them to Ryan McSweeney.
Oh yeah, they were down by just 5 at that point.
Right.
So a touchdown would have taken the lead for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Brisson, 10 catches, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 1-point conversion.
Falling out in the loss, eh?
Baby Maynard. This guy's good. I think he's better than advertised.
So I think they found their QB receiver duo combination.
I think so.
Still an alternate at this point. So.
I wouldn't. I would keep Ryan at quarterback, and I would keep Benoit as a receiver.
That's probably the deal they made. It is the Maynard's team, right? So if Ryan wants to take over quarterback, you got to throw Baby Maynard a couple of balls.
Yeah, that is fair. But it wasn't like he was force feeding Baby Maynard the ball. 9 catches, 116, a TD, breaking tackles. Very impressive in this game.
Yeah.
I look for Airborne to continue off a few straight W's now.
Did you see any of the Cyclones Pocket Rockets game?
I did not.
Want to say anything nice to Cyclones because some of their teammates?
Yeah, Barbara was crying a little bit, being a little bit of a baby. It was funny. I asked her. I said, I didn't say what's the score. I said, how much are you guys losing by? And then she told me
shit?
Yeah, she did. She gave me shit before, and so I had to answer like that. Look, I'll give them a bye or a pass for Pocket Rockets.
Did you see? You saw their jerseys, right?
Cyclones.
Yeah.
They're GU.
Do you see the names and the numbers they have?
No.
No one.
Like nicknames?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
If you had to guess, Yannick, what would you say?
Manziel? Money? Johnny? Football?
Manziel with number 2.
That's mad respect.
If you had to guess Barbara's.
Complainer? Grandma? Nag?
Think of a word that rhymes with nag.
It rhymes with nag?
No, those.
Oh, shoot. 49ers?
No, you're getting close.
Montana?
Yeah. What number?
16. Yeah. Okay, good stuff, Barb. Yeah, and she was even wearing her 49ers leggings.
So anything else you want to say about them before we move on?
I'll give them a pass, but Pocket Rockets are the most favored to win a championship than any team in all the MFL this year, and it's not even close.
More than Fighting Armadillos in D5?
It's not even close.
Well, would Fighting Armadillos in D5 be the second most favored, you'd say?
Potentially.
Because D1 and D2, it's too hard to come up with one, right?
Yes.
Even though it's
yes.
very close.
Yes.
D3, you'd say there's 2 or 3 teams.
Yes.
So in D5, but who rivals Fighting Armadillos in D5?
Vultures.
But they just beat them by 31 points.
I agree, but I don't think if they play again, that happens again. Maybe Pocket Rockets win.
So you can see Vultures winning that game?
Yes.
Whereas in D4, you can't see Pocket Rockets lose anyone?
No.
Maybe these 2 teams have something different to say about that. Phoenix and Revenants. Kevin's going to talk about his article, so he won't spend too much time here, but you got to give credit where credit is due.
I like the talking back and forth in this one. I heard it was Marvin. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, but if I'm sure someone said that to Kevin, he'd cry. And he'd ask John, and there should be a rule for it.
Marvin was a good sport.
Marvin was a great sport. And Kevin rushed for double the amount of yards that Marvin rushed for. He got 2 touchdowns. Marvin got none. Marvin did pick off Kevin once, and Marvin did have the nicer deep ball in this game. Both of them combined for 7 total touchdowns. 7 total interceptions. Excuse me. Only 3 total passing touchdowns.
And look, it's defensive affair. Defense has played well.
Yeah. So read Kevin's article. You know what happened.
I picked Revenants in this game.
Yeah, I picked Phoenix.
Good job, Kevin, of making me eat my words.
And last but not least, in D4, I did not see this. I don't think you either did. But our insider, Jaff, let us know that there was a pick 6 by the rusher in Bin Low Fat against Idaho.
And I heard it was like not even tipped, eh? It was like swallowed.
Undercut. Yeah.
Swallowed.
I believe it was Mathieu KC.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Keep
Good
it up.
stuff, man. That's very difficult to do.
It's my dream. I still haven't accomplished it yet.
I heard that won't happen anytime soon, but you'll be there. You'll be back fast and furious. I heard that Idaho scored a TD and then they went for 2 because it was a penalty on the play, so they went for 2 from the 5.5.
Okay.
And Ben's defense said, "Not in my house," and that was the final
Oh,
score.
on the last play of the game?
Yes, I believe it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was a smart thing to do. I wonder if they went for 1 before that.
I believe they did. I think they went for the tie, if I'm not mistaken. And then
that same rusher, Mathieu, is the one that got a rushing the passer on
he
that.
probably did it on purpose, knowing they'd go for 2, and so Mathieu, game ball to you. But would you agree with what I said about Pocket Rockets?
Look, Fighting Armadillos are undefeated. Pocket Rockets are not, right? Oh, no, sorry. Pocket Rockets are. Fighting Armadillos are not. Which one lost to Phoenix? Fighting Armadillos lost the first game to Phoenix.
Yes.
Pocket Rockets are still undefeated. They won a close one to Airborne, who are trending upwards right now. And yeah, none of their... Bin Low Fat giving them a run for their money, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Bin Low Fat giving them a run for their money. I definitely agree that the D4 and D5 favorites are by far more favored than D1 and D3. But I don't know which one I would say is more favored.
Yeah, for me, it's Pocket Rockets.
Like you're basically saying you'd be more shocked if Pocket Rockets doesn't win a championship, more so than if...
100%.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that because, look, I'd say no. I'd be more shocked if I think Fighting Armadillos are the most favorite team.
Really?
Yeah, because looking in D4 right now, you got Mustard Tigers who could end up being a 500 team, but make it to the finals in the playoffs, right?
Right.
Would you be surprised if they lost that experience? I wouldn't be shocked.
No.
You got Phoenix.
Yes, but not shocked.
You got Phoenix who are due to win a championship at some point in time. Probably not.
I've given up.
Bin Low Fat, the Randoms with Rob Prudhomme and his experience at quarterback. Revenants, Drama Club. There's like Idaho. Cyclones aren't even going to make the playoffs. There's just so many good D4 teams.
Yeah, there are.
That's why I think no.
Yeah. Politely disagree with you, but I understand your logic.
Yeah. That's all I ever ask from you.
Yeah, I try.
Division 5?
Division 5.
The last call, Sour Peeps. Much closer to the game than many of us thought.
Yeah.
Wow, did Sour Peeps play well in this game. I mean, the last calls also did, but I was seeing them score. Jocelyn Wallet, 277 passing yards. That's got to be a career high. 5 passing touchdowns, completing 34 passes out of 45 attempts. That's crazy. That's really good football.
I spoke to Lambert after the game, and he was like, Jocelyn had a heck of a game. And he obviously
sure did. Ben Poitras being his main guy, Benji.
Yeah.
96 yards on 8 catches, 2 touchdowns. Peo, those sure hands from the center position, 9 for 86, a touchdown, averaging 10 yards a carry. Maybe you should just show Jeff how it's done.
You said it, not me.
I said before you were going to say it because I know you thought it.
That's fair.
On defense, though, Sebastien getting 3 picks. All 3 of Jocelyn's picks, one of the same guy. Maybe Jocelyn saw him in a pink jersey or something. Last calls, the difference in this game was last calls win by 1, but they have they get 3 turnovers and they give up none.
Yeah.
Guillaume Dubuc-Lacombe, 14 for 26, 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. We know his main guy is by now, right? Sebastien.
He's one of the best players in the division.
5 for 136 and 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, 3 picks in the same game.
Yeah, that's nuts. Talk about trios, eh?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, so you can see we said it all along. Sour Peeps doesn't get better.
Yeah.
And they're proving it, right?
Yes.
This is a huge win for the last calls now, who moved them up to 6th place. They're playing 500.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good for them. And Sour Peeps are half a game away from a playoff spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Confirmed?
Yep. 2-4. Impressive. That's going to be a fun division till the end. So 7 teams make the playoffs. So obviously, just like the NFL, right? The one gets a bye.
Yeah. Spoke about it last week.
The Lesniaks are coming up on Armadillos.
Yep. Or when are they playing against each other? Or have they?
I'm not sure, but what I do know is if you're PO, try and avoid Zach Goldig. He has 17 interceptions on the season.
In how many games?
Like 7.
That's nuts.
Is there a way to find out the record?
Probably not right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they play against each other, and Armadillos won that game, so they also hold the tiebreaker. 17 in 7 games.
17 interceptions in 7 games with 5 PDs.
Do you think when he gets a catch, people mark it down as an interception or something?
I refed one of his games. He had 3 picks that game. He just tracks the ball extremely well.
Oh, he's averaging 2.5 almost a game.
Yeah, and he's like undersized. It's pretty impressive.
He's undersized.
Yeah, he is. Not a tall guy.
Another man undersized.
No, I'm saying it's impressive that considering he's not super tall, he's able to.
Not everyone's been blessed with your height.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Stud. I want to talk about the Fighting Armadillos TD Hunters game.
Yes.
First of all, I know it was the loss, but shout out to Goldvik. He passed for a touchdown, he rushed for 2, and he scored on defense.
Talk about man of many talents.
Yeah, clearly the MVP for this team.
Yeah.
On the Fighting Armadillo side, Philippe Charpentier, 12 for 108, 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. What the hell, man? So, TD Hunters were up big in this game. Big as in like 19-0, less than 5 minutes into the game.
They're pulling a Baltimore Ravens.
Less than 5 minutes of the game, you're up 19-0 against the best team in the league. Like, you got to feel good about yourselves.
Yes.
I know we always say there's no moral victories, but you just like showed us and showed the MFL in Division 5 that like you could put up 19 unanswered points against the best team in that division.
Yeah.
So a lot of positive. I'm sure there's a lot of negative for you guys afterwards.
Unfortunately.
Goldrick Armand wrote to us.
That's without. Yes, he did. Thank you for that. And that's one.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I did. That's without one of their good players, Michael Halevy, being there.
Yeah. Who was kind of leading the team in like a couple of stats. That we spoke about the midseason report cards. So yeah, like this team got to continue trusting Goldrick. They got to like respect his calls. They got to like go in with that mentality now that they could beat anyone, right?
Yeah.
Like yes, the final score shows something different, but you guys just like took it pound for pound with one of the better teams. And even when Fighting Armadillo scored 25 unanswered points to take the score to 25-19 to half, on the first drive, TD Hunter scored to tie back 25-25, right?
Keeping that composure.
Then they didn't score in the last 18 minutes, but yeah.
I think you said I did not expect this game to be close. I really didn't expect it to be close.
Same.
It was a lot closer than predicted, and if you would have told me it was 19-0 after the first 5 minutes, I would have said obviously, the Armadillos are leading.
Yeah. Anything else you saw or want to talk about?
Just putting up the standings quick. TD Hunters are, like we talked about, still in a good spot. And we talk about the fact that 7 teams make the division
Make the playoffs, you mean?
So I make the playoffs in Division 5.
Yeah.
From 5 to 7, they're separated by half a game.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7. And then you have, like you mentioned before, Sour Peeps at 2 and 4. Mimosa Crew sitting in that last playoff spot at 2 and 3. Do you expect this to stay the same? Just in terms of the 7 playoff teams, never mind the seeding. Do you think these 7 teams will stay the same?
Well, look, Mimosa Crew's next game is against Heisenberg, okay?
Yeah.
So that's a must-win for them, right?
Yes.
They lose that game, you could pretty much say the playoffs are over for them, right? And then they're playing TD Hunters twice. Last call's Phoenix. So, especially if Kern's not there at quarterback, I can't see many wins after that one. That put them at three wins at the end of the season.
Well, I think, is Ryan QBing for them?
Who?
Mimosa Crew.
Oh, yeah.
McSweeney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, true. And the way he played for Airborne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sour Peeps are also playing Heisenberg, and they're also playing Cobra Kai. Those are the 2 last games to finish off the season.
They also play Phoenix and Vultures, though, week 9.
Yeah, those are going to be much harder to win.
Yes, much.
But I can see them pulling off 2 wins against Cobra Kai and Heisenberg to end the season 4 and 6 potentially.
Yeah, I think they go 2 and 2.
And I think 4 wins for them will be enough to make the playoffs.
That's crazy.
In the 7th seed, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I think it's going to be tight. I think I trust Ryan at quarterback, especially in Division 5. I think it'll stay, but I would not be surprised to see Sour Peeps grab that last spot.
Sour Peeps are feeding off our show, so...
Yeah, they are.
I've been playing better and better every week.
Do we get some bursaries or anything in that?
No, some high fives, smiles, and they're always nice to us at the field, right?
I'll take that. Take that any day of the week.
Do you do your favorite division now?
Didn't we talk about that last week?
Brossard?
Yeah.
I don't see any good games. You want to talk about any games, or do you want to talk about standings?
No, we'll talk about some games going, Terry.
Okay, pick one.
Let's talk about the game that Dave Gotukowski threw in.
The stats aren't there, so it's hard to talk about that one.
It is true. Who did he even sub for?
28-3.
Okay, that's not
the team that you declined to sub for.
Yeah, but it was obviously I would, but unfortunately I wasn't able to.
Eh?
What? Actually, it was not Church.
What was it?
I just really wanted to watch NFL. Sorry, but I didn't know the game was early. I thought the game was like during the NFL time. Mm-hmm. My bad. But ask me again, boys. It'd be cool to sub for 20-3. Okay, so since you said no, yeah, all the games were crap this week, eh? I guess Red Knot Skid's putting up 45 points.
Oh yeah, great. Yo, Miles is looking good. I saw him outside. I forgot to tell him. I couldn't have told him because it was before his Sunday game.
Unless you had a magic wand.
But he's also been playing great all season long. 20 for 35, 170 yards, 6 touchdowns, no picks.
Nice.
Craig Browning 3 touchdowns. Riley 7 for 67 and a touchdown. He's really come together as a quarterback, eh? Even getting a sack on defense.
We're doing power rankings now. You would have to still keep KLB at 1, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
old
fair.
school probably at 2. I don't know. It's close.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd. Wow, gosh, in the Buccaneer. Okay,
It's crazy that the fourth place team only has 2 losses.
Seriously. Do we know what 28-3 is going to decide to do at quarterback, or just going to be like grab the random hobo off the street? And
I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Loud sitting at 7th.
Yeah. Do Loud make the playoffs? Yes or no?
Yes.
And who doesn't then?
Way too good not to make the playoffs. Congrès.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Hope you like the show.
Bowl predictions.
Yeah.
Are we doing our picks live?
No, we'll do it in the article.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Fair.
What division? Oh.
Wow. That was... I just received the call.
You should have answered.
I should have.
Call back.
It was actually from Jeff.
Yeah, perfect timing when we're doing the final remarks. Call back.
Do I actually call back?
Yeah.
Okay, this is pretty cool.
It was a little mean that you hung up in his face like that.
I did, but it was only because I knew you'd give me shit if I answered it.
No, I give you shit because your ringer's on. Why is the ringer on?
Well, because I knew this would happen. Let me call him back.
Why is the ringer on for real?
Not everyone remembers to turn it off like you
No, put it on speaker right here.
No, the speaker is really bad. Oh my god.
Put it here, Wilson. Yo,
Jeff, what's poppin'?
You're live on MFL Total Access. I gotta tell him before.
Why did you tell him?
Because he was gonna say something bad, probably.
Oh my gosh.
He was gonna call you a word that you wouldn't want to.
I didn't understand nothing.
Okay, we're just having Tim Hortons now.
You're just having some Hortons now?
Yeah, how's it going? What'd you call?
Bro, I can't hear nothing. Did you see when you answered?
We're Terry and I are just chilling. We're watching some NFL highlights.
Okay.
You good? What's up?
You don't have to yell, bro.
I was wondering if you were subbing with Hot Sauce Sport.
What's Hot Sauce Sports?
We're live on air, MFL Total Access.
Oh, we're live on MFL Total
Yes.
Access.
Yes, I forgot to turn off my ringer, Jeff, and you are live, so welcome to MFL Total Access 7th episode of the season.
And you actually called the perfect time because you called right when we were doing final remarks. So it does not screw up the show in any way
Shape or form.
or color.
I actually can't hear you guys properly, but I would like to mention that a player from Ben, a rusher, made a pick six while I was reffing them, and it was really impressive.
We mentioned it, but
Do you want to repeat what Jeff said in case people didn't hear?
yeah, Jav said shout out to Matsir. We got his name too. Roy Casey, the rusher from Binville Fat who made a sick pick six. The other thing though, we gotta give the good one the good has. Gotta give credit where credit is due. But also, I don't know if you saw Jaff, but on the last play of the game, after the other team scored to make it a 1-point game, he got a roughing the passer penalty, and then they went for 2 from the 5.5. They did not get it, so his team still won. But he almost cost his team the game there.
I almost cost them.
Okay, I'll tell you later, man. We're gonna hang up because this is horrible.
Okay,
Talk to you later.
I actually can't hear shit, but,
Bye. Well, we won't do that experience again. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
So you're welcome for me putting on the ringer. See, sometimes it pays off not to be perfect.
Yeah. Should we leave that in or?
Yeah, 100%.
I'll
That's
listen.
gold.
I'll listen and see if we could hear.
No, that's gold, bro.
What if they couldn't hear anything?
It's gold.
That's even better than both predictions. Let's end this show on that note.
Really?
Yeah. See you guys.
No. What do you think you're looking forward to this week?
One thing I'm looking forward to this week?
Whether it's teams, whether it's a player watching out for, whether it's a team that needs a W that will or will not get it. We got to end the show on a little something. For me, I'm going to go. Jeff just texted this. Will not read it live on air.
He just said there wasn't a success.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
I didn't even see what he said.
So why wouldn't you read it live on air?
Well, chances are he would have said something not PG-13-ish. What are you going to talk about, Terry?
I just think Gold Cook absolutely need to win against A-Team. And they beat them already this season. Mm-hmm. It was the day Dave went out, so A-Team didn't really have a plan at that point at quarterback. But yeah, this week's game against A-Team is huge for them. It's also huge for A-Team if they want to solidify their playoff spot, right? Because if Gold Cook win this game, they're both tied at 3-4.
That is true.
Tied also with Centurions.
Yeah.
So what do you got?
I'm going to go with my good old buddies from Raw Sauce. And I'm going to let a fire under their you-know-what. Guys, big game coming up. You guys have 1 minute on the season. You're playing Panache. Panache did just come off a big victory. I think Panache are favored in this game. But if you want to know who I picked, read Kevin's articles.
But our picks aren't even in the articles.
Why?
Have you seen our picks in his articles since the beginning of the season?
I don't usually read his articles, but I really try hard not to.
John has been putting them.
Johnny. That's a game looking forward to. Panache, Raw Sauce, noon. For those of you who have nothing to do on Saturday.
Give us your pick right now, in case John doesn't put it in the article.
Give me your Raw Sauce. Burn me once, burn me twice, burn me unlimited times.
I'm going to go...
Panache,
yeah.
fair. Alright folks, that's it for this episode. Remember, we are at Arthur Terrien this week. Enjoy the cold weather.
One game at LeBear.
Iron Wolves.
Yeah, one of the 2 games. The Iron Wolves D3 have 2 games.
That's true.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Alright folks.
Iron
Wolves are playing... What about Ben?
That one's going to be a Terrien.
Got you. Alright folks.
Be safe.
Hope you enjoy the show. See you guys.
Bye.